When he says this is only he doesn't say the. He says only.
Oh yeah, he does.
He doesn't say the.
Oh my god!
Only.
Okay.
Welcome to Abopcast.
This is the
31.
Abop mini cast because there's only 5 of us.
I guess relative to how many people we've had in the last
time
few.
was so many.
Last 2 or 3
Because
times.
Jordan sits here and
We've
doesn't
had-
say a word.
We've had 5 before.
Yeah, we've
We've
had
had
5.
4
We've
before,
had lots
too.
of 5. Doberman was 5.
Doberman was
Doberman
5.
was 5.
I don't even
Okay.
remember Doberman. I
You
wasn't
weren't here.
there.
It's because you
here.
were part of
Oh,
the
part
5.
of
It's a classic now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's already a Tumblr page called Dill Doberman.
Did you guys see the Doberman video yet?
There's a Doberman video.
Okay,
You
just
how
save
could
it.
they've
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
saw.
I was
No, I saw
sure.
Drowsy
Sure.
Artist posted on Reddit, and like she was teasing like that she was
Okay,
working
yeah,
on it
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, she
yeah.
made a video. We're gonna put it up.
That's
It's actually
solid.
pretty funny. But yeah, so we've got 31. I'm Alex.
I thought you were
Welcome to the podcast. This is only the beginning.
That's funny because it's the beginning.
of the podcast.
That's the joke.
It's Alex. I'm Luke.
I'm the other Alex.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Connor.
About to say it was Alex. I was so close.
All right, cool. And welcome. Matt's chewing gum, which is rude.
Yeah, the camera's just gonna pick up that gum noise. And
I
it's
bet
just
it is. Wow.
I'm gonna punch you in the trachea.
I'm gonna punch you in your dick.
Okay, what's the
Okay.
weirdest
Should I do
place
my
you-
trachea thing?
No, don't do
You
your
do it,
trachea. I
like,
think
all
it's
the
gross
time.
and weird.
When do I do it?
All the time.
No, I don't.
I just established that.
I do not do it all the time.
You've done it on the podcast before.
I don't know if I have.
You definitely
I'm
have.
I
pretty
think you
certain I
did,
have.
or maybe it was an inbox.
No, you definitely
You've done it
did.
around us before on
no,
couches.
you definitely done it here because it was the episode where you crushed things with your back because we were talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
weird
you were like,
things you could do
look
with
what
your
other
body.
things
Like,
you
look
did.
what I
Really?
can do.
I also
Yeah,
did that.
you
or
did
shit?
that.
Yeah.
You like stuck your dick up your butt. You did all the weird.
Well, we cut that though.
Yeah.
That got cut.
His dick.
And
See, if
oh,
you,
there
were,
we
if
go.
you were a Patreon supporter, you would have seen
Stuck
that video.
in
His
the dick
asshole,
butt,
and
maybe,
he had
yeah.
to get cut
Luke
out.
has an enormous penis.
And
it's
enormous butt,
prehensile.
too.
He
So it
can
works
grab
out
you with it.
with my butt.
It's like
No,
a
no, it's like
It's
a
like a-
monkey's
it's like a
tail.
monkey
Yeah,
tail,
just
yeah.
like. It's
He
like, come
peels
here, girl.
bananas with it and everything. Like,
He can be like, girl, come here.
What's the weirdest place you've ever been punched? Like on your body.
in his asshole.
Yeah,
Were you
when Jackson punched me in the butt. Remember, I was giving that kid a lap dance in the bus,
Oh yeah.
and he like pushed me off. He punched me in the butt,
Did it like get you right in the hole?
like because I was bent over, obviously, right? Because I was
Okay,
standing up,
yeah.
and he's went ah, and it was like right between the cheeks.
Was your butt cheeks like
Well,
spread?
no, because I was
No,
I
but
was
like
in
they were
pants.
spread afterward.
Yeah, but I was
because
in
when you
pants.
get
But just the way he
wedged in
punched me,
between
and like the position I was in, I felt it touch my butt, like my butthole. It was like
I got kicked in the taint once.
Ah,
It was
that's
a weird experience
spot.
because I was expecting like the butt or the balls because they were aiming to kick me in the balls, but then they ended up kicking
he
me in
has
the
no
taint.
balls.
No, just a really big taint.
It just comes right
No,
up.
it was like a
It's
strange
Ken.
experience.
It's like
I
a
was
Ken
like,
doll, yeah.
that was when I found out what the taint was. I was like, yeah, they kicked me in between the area of my balls and my
You-
butthole, and they were like, the taint? I was
Usually
like,
people
oh.
call it the gooch, don't they?
Yeah, the gooch.
Gooch, taint,
That's what I
grundle, the fleshy fun bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like you've said that phrase exactly on the
Yeah.
podcast before.
Probably.
Maybe not on a podcast, but I know you've
I
said
love
that.
that phrase.
Yeah.
That's from Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and
okay.
it's in Cards Against Humanity. There was also a old Gmod source video that was popular a few years ago. That they said that. That was funny.
Wow.
Anyways.
Gmod source video is really cool.
It wasn't even. Yeah, never mind.
Good.
I feel like your taint is probably the dirtiest part on your body.
No,
Yeah.
I clean mine daily.
Well, I mean,
Depends.
No, because like your asshole gets like specific treatment, but your taint
Yeah.
can have
I
like
give
poop
my-
splatter on it.
I get my
You
taint
wouldn't
specific
know.
treatment. I'm hairy. I gotta make sure it's like.
I guess,
Yeah,
so,
it's
but even that, like you spend more time washing other parts of your body.
No, when I'm
Depends
down there
if you
washing, I
showered.
scrub all the
So
way
you
through.
showered recently, then presumably you're clean pretty much equally everywhere.
I
I
mean,
would hope
there's-
so, but I'm just saying,
There's a good chance.
relatively, like your
There's a
taint
good
is
chance
On
your
an
probably-
average
sweat
day.
pools down there when you
Yeah.
get hot.
Okay,
That's about it.
now that we're on this
Sweat.
topic, recently I was like soaking myself up in the shower, then I was like, I should clean behind my ears, and then I realized I've never cleaned behind my ears before.
Really?
I
I
used to
go
as a
up my
kid.
neck and just kind of
Because
do
like
that.
I do it all the time.
That's like what your
That's
your
only 'cause
parents
I'm
like,
stretched.
or like
Yeah, clean behind yours.
Yeah,
Worms are gonna grow there.
clean behind
Wait,
your
what?
ears.
That's the old wives' tale. Is it you? That's why
I
you
heard
clean
it
it.
I thought it was like.
I thought it was
No.
like I thought it was
Pumpkins
hair's
and
gonna go on your palms.
No,
No, that's for
That's
masturbating.
No,
Do you think
No.
there's a part of your
clean
Oh,
behind
yeah,
your
it goes
ears
on
and
your eyes
worms
if
will
you
grow
masturbate.
there. Was the
Oh.
like legit
As long as
wives'
you're
tale.
shooting it
Yeah, it's
in
because it's
your eyes.
old. No one believes that. It's from like the 1800s.
Clean behind your ears or you'll turn into a
That
tree.
People believe, like
Turn into
the
a tree.
Bible.
Invented in the 1800s.
Airplanes.
So I looked up the disease where you turn into bone. I was incorrect. It's not your cells turning into bone. It's connective tissue. So like when you tear a muscle or anything,
So
it heals with bone, and it can also be spontaneous too.
Yeah, no, I saw a video of a girl with it. It just looked like, because your arms are just kind of stuck like this, just like.
Yep.
So she just spent every day pretending to be like.
Just being annoyed.
Oh yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't go grab that thing.
Yeah.
The one example I saw, the guy was like this.
Wait,
That's
okay,
the
wait.
worst.
No, because he
What is
like
that
dislocated his shoulder, and it
then
just because it was like it healed that way, right? So it's like
So did he rest like this? Because I feel like if he was resting the heel, like he should just kind of like put it in a neutral position and then let it heal
I
like
don't know.
that. Because like if he was going like this, like if he's like, oh, I'm gonna go take a nap,
Yeah.
and then he wakes up and
It's
he's like,
like, yeah,
oh man.
It couldn't instantly turn to bone. Cause
No,
it's
but
like,
it's pretty
it would take-
rapid.
It'd be like, you'd have enough time to go, ow, my shoulder! I dislocated it while reaching
Sorry.
for
Stop.
I turned it up so that we could hear the nigga, like, nigga.
that's not how it goes.
Matt's changed his
You don't
ringtone
know?
to the most dumb thing ever,
Yeah.
but it's also pretty cool.
Absolutely wonderful.
I'm gonna-
Yeah.
Sorry, booty calls, my bad.
Duty
That's
calls.
Robin's thing.
That's what
Booty
superheroes
calls?
would say.
Yeah, booty calls. He gets them daily.
I bet he does.
He gets all the bitches. Robin. He's
Oh,
crushing
yeah,
mad
he's a-
pussy.
Yeah,
It's like
he's
Roger.
That's
fucking-
why he's not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're supposed to. We talk good about him while he's gone,
He said he's at a concert at the
Getting-
Windspear Center.
which really means
Well, he's using
pussy
his spear
at
to
the
win.
pussy center.
No.
I felt like I made a good pun.
That was good. I would tell him.
No one really appreciates puns on the podcast.
No, we do.
He said
Just
his
not
Puns
so
are
louder.
dumb anyway.
Yeah,
His was louder. Than
if you're
yours,
louder,
so-
you're funnier.
Damn.
Automatically!
Ah!
See?
Ah! The yelling name.
I don't understand why I'm not that funny then. I'm loud as fuck.
Idea for a horror movie, Michael Bay. The yellinging. Everyone's just yelling. And they can't stop.
One day, everyone just can't stop
Yeah.
yelling.
It was,
That's like the opposite of that Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode where nobody
Hush.
can speak.
that was a
Yeah.
creepy episode.
It's
with
the one episode
gentleman.
everybody knows.
Yeah,
from
that's
Buffy
creepy.
the Vampire Slayer.
Man, I've never seen an episode. I feel like I should.
I've-
I don't know.
Honestly,
like
don't
half an
bother.
episode
It's not a
once.
very good
Yeah.
show.
It's I.
Everyone's like, "Hey, just read it." But
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
fuck it. It's not that good.
It has way too many seasons. I don't want to get into any
Yeah.
shows that has like.
But-
what if I really like it? I have to watch like fucking 8 seasons or shit.
Yeah, it's one
I
of
don't
those
have
shows
that kind
where
of
the
You-
good episodes you can watch because they're good episodes, but overall, don't watch the show.
You don't have to watch the show to get what's going on in each episode.
Yeah, basically,
The
girls.
title tells you what's happening.
Yeah, there's just
Buffy
a really
the Vampire
buff
Slayer.
vampire slaying.
That'd be a great parody to make. Just Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And he's a vampire who slays, who
Fucking
is also
jacked,
buff.
yeah.
It's a
What's the
fallacious
weirdest
statement.
thing you've ever seen be in a toilet?
Connor's face.
What's the weirdest thing I've ever seen be in a toilet?
Yeah, you're like, whoa, that's in a toilet.
And it's
He's
being.
seeing it being in a toilet.
A
Yeah.
plastic
Wait.
bag.
It bees.
At one
It
of our
bees,
parties.
therefore it
Yeah.
is.
In
In
the
a
trap.
toilet.
The plastic
Right.
bag is
He's
definitely
in
in
the
my
trap.
top 5 of weird things in the toilet.
Weird things in a toilet.
Okay. I was
Are you
thinking
talking
about
about your bright
Parrots.
blue poop?
I was
Are
thinking
you talking
about
about your
this.
bright blue poop?
No. I
'Cause
was thinking about this story recently, but here's the thing: I didn't technically see it in the toilet, but I just saw the aftermath.
Oh, God.
So, I just okay. So
I'm
I
scared.
was young and I was sleeping, and I was sleeping in the basement of the house we were staying in, and the bathroom was upstairs. And I had a dream. I had this really vivid dream that I got up from my bed, went upstairs, went to the
Are
bathroom,
you sure you weren't just
and then
awake?
taken my clothes off and dunked them in the toilet. That was my
Uh-oh.
dream. Shut up.
Uh-oh.
That was my dream.
So you
When I-
just
shut
did
up!
that.
Shut
Okay.
up! No, seriously, shut up! Shut up! Shh. It's enough. So I wake up in the morning, and then I realize like all my pajamas are gone. Like I'm naked in bed, and I'm like, okay, this is very strange. And I go upstairs and go to the bathroom, and then in a soaking pile is my pajamas, because apparently I had actually dunked them in the toilet in this weird sleep stupor. And then that was what happened. So they were
You
in
got
the toilet.
molested. Holy shit!
We make that joke a lot.
I know because it's funny.
On
That's
a,
rule 2 of comedy: molestation jokes.
on a relevant topic of somnambulism, sleepwalking.
Okay.
Okay. I
I-
thought
I-
you were going to say symbolism and solipsism.
No,
like,
somnambulism is sleepwalking. I 3 nights ago, whatever Tuesday night was. It was
2 nights ago.
together.
I got up in the middle of the night, totally asleep, put on my house coat, and answered my bedroom door as if it were the front door and had a full conversation with someone that wasn't there. and then took my robe off and got back into bed.
Wait, how do you remember this?
My mom told me.
Yikes.
And I saw my robe on the floor. I was like, that wasn't there last night.
Like, my mom told me stories of, like, little things I did, like sleepwalking, as, like, when I was younger, like 10 or 12 or something like that. They were nothing super interesting. But that's the kind of thing that, like, if I have a kid and they do that, it's going to be the creepiest fucking thing ever. Like, a kid sleepwalking, doing weird shit is so creepy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I sleepwalk a
ghosts.
You are not my kid. I'm
I
disowning
hope
you.
not.
I'm disowning
Because I'm
you.
older than you. That'd be weird.
Weirdest shit I've ever seen in a toilet. Going back to that one, 'cause I had one. My sister didn't like. She had like just learned how to use like the toilet, and she didn't realize that once the toilet paper was done, that you replaced the roll. So she just
Wipe her butt with the toilet paper roll.
she unraveled it, so it was like a sheet of cardboard.
That's awesome.
She's like, "Ooh, we're on toilet paper."
You know what? That's
She
probably
was-
technically what it's designed for, like in desperate situations.
Emergencies, yeah.
So that
Makes
kinda-
sense.
It clogged up the toilet a little. And
On that subject, what's the most desperate toilet paper you've ever used?
I used
See,
I
I feel
used
like that-
leaves. I used
No, I
leaves.
mean like in your bathroom, not in the woods.
Well, no,
Well, I
but
was in
that's
I
not-
was in an
that's
outhouse,
not-
Okay, outhouse. Okay,
Yeah.
or like a porta potty.
Because I used the first 3 pages of a Dilbert book.
Well, the thing is, you probably improved it.
We had no toilet paper in our house.
Dilbert
We
blast.
had no toilet paper in our house at all. And I was like, oh shit. But I look over, there's like a Dilbert book because we have like one of those little magazine racks. I had a Dilbert and I was like, well, bye forward. I used that. It was really
The only
uncomfortable.
time that that's really happened to me was like a few months ago when nobody lived here except for me, and it was like.
you
There-
couldn't
I-
even yell.
You could have walled around pooping.
Well, no, that's the thing. I was like, I'd done like 2 nights earlier. I'd been
pop
like,
your feet out and
2 nights
waddle
earlier.
around.
2 nights earlier, I was like, shit, I'm out of toilet paper. I need to go buy some tomorrow. I didn't buy some the next day, and I had to take the toilet paper from the upstairs bathroom. But then that one ran out, and so like 2 days later, it was like, oh fuck, I didn't get toilet paper. So I just took a shower because that was that was
is
the better
reasonable.
option. It's like I'm not gonna use a towel or the cat or anything like that. So it was like,
Polly, come here. Polly, come here. Polly.
so
That'd be the worst.
We're the best.
And really
It'd be really
inefficient.
soft, actually.
Except for the claws. Clawing at your taint.
It will no longer be a fun bridge.
No,
It's not so fun
more
bridge.
fleshy. Just blood.
Claws at the taint. Claws in the taint. It's funny. I have a clause in my taint. When someone's down there, they have to read it and agree to a certain set of terms to go near my
Your
butthole.
girlfriend must hate you.
Yes.
Alright, she watches this.
Does she watch this?
maybe.
Let's hope not.
Hi.
Fuck. Taint. Bees in the taint.
I like that.
Haters ain't shit.
Alright, cool. So we've officially run out of topics.
Well, I
Thanks
can't
for-
Sleepwalking.
Thanks for watching. We're done.
Taints for watching.
Thanks for
Thanks for watching.
Are we done?
No.
No.
Oh.
How dare you?
You ended it.
I feel like I sleptwalked a lot when I was younger. Cause like,
walked?
yeah, yes.
He sleepwalkers and he slept.
Sleepwalker.
I did 2 things in the past tense. I slept and I walked.
Well, most people have done that.
Did you sleep a lot and walk
Together
a lot,
though.
or did you
I
sleepwalk
slept,
a lot?
walked.
Sleepwalk.
Slept, walked.
Sleepwalk.
Sleptwalk sounds like it actually would make more
Sleptwalk,
sense
like,
grammatically, but
Sleepwalk is a portmanteau.
Yeah, it's one word.
Sleptwalk
So
sound,
sleptwalk.
Sleptwalk sounds like you fell asleep in the
Sleptwalk.
kitchen. While you were,
Sleptwalk
like,
sounds
making
like a
stir
bad
fry or
Slipknot
whatever.
cover band. Sleptwalk. Sleptwalk. Yeah.
But no, I remember specifically there were times when I would be like watching wrestling, and then I'd wake up in my bed and be like, I don't remember coming from here to my bed.
Brother. 1,000,000%.
What the hell is
He's
that
trying to
supposed
do
be?
Macho
I
Man
can't do it,
Randy
he can do
Savage,
it.
but it's not good.
He can do it better.
I can't do it very
Oh
well.
yeah!
Yeah, that's these.
Ugh!
Amazing.
I never watched wrestling as a kid.
Neither did I, but Macho Man Randy Savage stopped the apocalypse.
So we owed it to him to
We
watch
do.
wrestling.
yeah.
Rip.
Rip Apocalypse 29.
2012? I think.
2012.
2010.
That was such a bad
2012?
movie. That was like one of the worst movies.
What movie?
2012. I remember seeing 2012 and The Fourth Kind on the same day, and they were both atrocious.
Wow. That does sound like
I've
a
never
shit.
seen the Fourth Kind.
How are you still alive?
What's the fourth kind about?
Did you pay to get
Aliens.
both of them or just
No,
one of them?
I paid for
Alien
2012.
abductions.
Yeah,
Still not.
It's actually okay.
Jovovich.
It's actually the stupidest premise because it's like, all right, so it's supposed to be like a real found footage movie
Yeah.
of all this stuff about like this
Leapfrogging
girl.
off of the paranormal activity.
Yeah, this
phrase.
girl like she claims to have like alien experiences, and then people just think she's crazy. And it's all about like footage from like her psychiatry sessions and shit like that. But what they do in the movie is like they play the real footage, but then they also play the dramatic reenactment with Mia Jovovich at the same time, and it's like, what was the purpose of that? And, like, I don't understand that at all. Do you guys, can you think of any idea why that would make sense?
You're not explaining it in a way
Oh,
that I
no,
don't
okay,
think
so
it
they
makes
did a
sense.
dramatic reenactment, then they actually did.
There's real found footage of this women's alien experiences, like real.
Is it
It-
real
Well,
or
no,
is
it's
it
not real. It's not real.
Yeah,
It's
so
real.
they did that, and then they cut to.
Wait,
like,
so
Mia
they had-
Jovovich.
So it'd be cutting back and forth
Yeah, they
between
had
like
two fake
Yeah,
versions
two fake versions.
of the thing.
Why not just have one?
yeah.
Wow.
But the point, I guess they were like, okay, well, we can make it more convincing that this is real.
Yeah, we
if
can
we
fool
also
stupid
have
people.
have the fake, obviously acted,
Found
dramatized
footage movies
version.
are rarely good. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
I think the
Blair
Blair
Witch
Witch
is
Project
okay.
is probably the best one.
It's
Yeah.
fine because
Especially
it was
since
also
it's
was
like
like
the
the
I need to
first
see
one.
yeah.
of its
Chronicle.
kind.
But it was also
originality.
Chronicle. I really liked Chronicle. It's fucking dark though.
People said the problem with Chronicle was that it consistently had to point fingers at the fact that it was found footage.
Yeah. Yes.
That's probably a problem with a lot of them.
Well, yeah, a lot of them it has to be like, why is this guy carrying around a camera constantly? So that's why, at, like the beginning of
yeah, a lot of it doesn't
Cloverfield
make sense.
and Chronicle, they're like, "Hey, get that camera out of here! Why do you always have it around?" It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Your camera, your camera,
that's
guys,
just
the
justification
camera.
Make the
for him to
characters
always
just-
have a
camera.
camera.
Your
Actually, a good kind of found footage movie was Project X.
Dude,
That was-
people,
oh, it was
people
too.
love that
It
movie.
was found
and it was
footage.
like,
That was
I never
such
watched
a
it.
good
I thought it was
movie.
yeah, it
I
was
loved
like,
it.
I never
there was
watched
a
it.
thing
was
recently
so
where
bad.
like, hey, win a contest to go and hang out with the guys who actually did it. And it's like, who the fuck cares?
I don't care.
You mean the
about
guy
that.
who's like the guy with like the nipple rings on that interview is like the woman on the TV
Oh,
is
the
like,
Australian
like,
guy?
why don't you
off
take
his
your
glasses?
glasses off and
Yeah.
apologize? He's like, I'm not gonna take my glasses off. Why don't you take your glasses off? It's like, because I like them. And she's like, I think you need to take a good hard look at yourself and take a look at your life. And he's like, yeah, I did. I love it.
Oh wait, this is an actual.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
no,
the
I
actual,
remember
like
Australian
him
guy.
on the news,
Yeah, the guy
like
that
with like
did the
big
real
glasses
Project X,
and
yeah.
his shirt's open with nipple rings,
Yeah.
and he's like,
He's just
he's
an asshole.
hilarious. He's like the biggest douche asshole,
But it's so funny.
but he's so
I did.
endearing.
I love it.
Project
I mean,
X
any
was a good- I
Australian
liked
person
Project
really
X. It was a
Yeah,
good
it's
movie.
Pretty endearing.
I don't know. A lot of people would hate it because it's just one of those shameless party movies.
Yeah, 'cause
but it was
it's
actually
shit.
it was actually pretty
So
good.
bad.
I never watched it.
I think it
so.
needs to be written
No.
by the guy who did the. Let's get fucking drunk.
Let's get
At those parties would be great. Give him a budget and the crew.
Should we call Stacy?
Nah,
Stacy's a
Stacy's
bitch.
a bitch, and it's Australian. There you go.
That's New Zealand. They're New Zealand.
They're similar.
They're the same.
Don't let them hear you say that.
They're exactly the same. Australians and New Zealanders are exactly the same.
New
There's no
Zealanders.
difference.
It's
Like Zoolander.
New Zealand.
The same fucking
Um,
place.
Chronicle was fine though.
I didn't see
liked
Chronicle,
Chronicle.
although I do want to see. it.
Chronicle was okay. Cloverfield for
Cloverfield I thought was
broken
okay,
it was.
too.
It was not terrible. It was all right.
Did I tell you that I put a hairbrush in the toilet before?
No,
Why'd you put a hairbrush in the toilet?
Well, I didn't mean to. It kind of landed there.
Whoa, whoa.
I remember
But
you put
the-
the remote.
Okay, what's
into,
the weirdest
like,
thing
the
that's
bucket of
fallen
water.
into a toilet?
What?
Is the hairbrush the weirdest thing that's ever fallen in a toilet for you?
Probably.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've dropped an iPod in the toilet.
Okay, I do.
Dropped
I was
it
gonna
off on
say
the
my
toilet.
sister never wanted to like tell
I've got
anyone.
two
They're like,
iPods
"Oh, what
in the
happened to your
toilet.
phone? Why did it break? You have to get a new one." But she fucking like dropped it in the toilet.
Yep, I've done 2 iPods.
Me too.
That
Two
is
iPods.
Actually, how?
Well,
Play
mine
it
were
on
attached
and
to
just
speakers
fell.
on the top of the toilet, like the tank.
Oh.
And then I
Nope.
I don't know, I knocked over one of the speakers, and then the iPod fell, and then
Okay.
it went into
That's
the toilet.
not how. One, I had it on the counter, and I just knocked it off the counter and it went into the toilet.
That one's acceptable.
My
And the other
fell
one,
out of my
I
hoodie.
was playing on it because it was an iPod Touch, and then my phone rang, so I was like, okay.
Fuck this iPod.
No, so I went to grab my phone to like just send them a message like, yo, I'll call you back, but then I dropped my iPod.
I don't want to say it because it's kind of dark, but it's also really funny now that I think about it. When I was on the phone with my mom, and my grandfather was in the hospital because he had been having like issues, and
Did you drop the phone?
and she was there with him, and I was on the phone, and my mom was like, so you sound upset. What happened? I'm like,
You sound upset, and then she's like, you sound very blubbering.
No, I was like, I dropped my iPod in the toilet, and then went over to Grandpa. I was like, he dropped his iPod in the toilet, and my grandfather starts laughing, right?
And
he
he
died.
died.
He had a fucking
Flatline.
stroke. What? He had a stroke. He laughed about my iPod and then had a stroke.
Whoa.
Like,
Holy
because
shit.
of laughing?
No, I don't know. It's,
So, like, that
So
night.
it's your fault.
he laughed about that, and my mom was like, I gotta go. It's like, it was really sad, but also really funny. I don't know why.
I think that's just sad.
I think it's just fine.
No, we got a happy medium here.
It was funny. He didn't die. He just had a stroke.
Oh, well, then it's funny. You just
Aw,
can't
that's sad.
You know what, that'd be one of the preferable ways to die, anyways.
laughing and then having a stroke.
Yeah,
like,
laughing is the stupidest thing you've ever
Who
heard.
died having an orgasm? Who's the historical figure that died like having an orgasm?
Hitler.
No. Unless he had really
How
fucking
do you
good
know?
cyanide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I took cyanide, what I would do is jerk off. Honestly.
Don't you only have like 20 seconds or something?
That's all he needs.
So what?
That's all you should need if you're an efficient human being.
Premature ejaculation
But
blast.
seriously, if you're about to die, why wouldn't you masturbate? Like, nobody's gonna be like, ew, be like, I'm dying. Like, I give a shit.
Well, but like when you're dying, wouldn't it be hard to get an erection when you're like dying?
Not if you're hanging yourself.
Not if you're a masochist.
Not if you're hanging yourself. That's how I want to go out. Dick in hand.
I want to go out with my dick in a bitch. That's how it's gonna go.
That'd be horrifying.
For her, I don't give a
She's
shit.
like die on top of her. She's like, ah!
I'm gonna just nut and go to sleep forever.
Just glued to her.
You like rigor mortis, and you're like wedged around her, and she's stuck with you.
The
Like,
corner has to like saw your limbs off and then extract you from her vagina.
Oh my god.
Like the semen's like all hard and
Oh no! Why'd you have to go
They're
there?
just like glued into her. They try to pull you off.
Am I allowed to mention
You don't
your butthole
come
was-
like cement.
No, but just
rigor mortis extends to ejaculate.
no, but depending on how long you guys are fused together, it could like
I don't
congeal.
think there's any amount of time that it becomes like that sticky.
Have you ever come on a towel?
You ever
And
come in
then
a
left
box?
it for 6 months? No.
Yes.
Well, you need to. It's an experience. I'll tell
It's
you
like
that.
you can bend it.
Yeah, you crack
It's
the towel.
pliable.
Yeah.
You've all seen the cum box from Reddit.
Yes.
It's like that.
Ew.
That was gross though, because it grew
Why
mold.
did he set it on fire?
He said, didn't he say
do
like
that?
just because
He
I
tried to
wanted
burn
see
it, and it's
It was
like,
like, I'm trying to
the
get
smell
wet.
was so bad.
It was too
Yeah,
wet.
yeah.
It was
to
too
do it.
wet from semen, and the smell was horrible. And then it started to smell like a singed cummy box.
He said what? Where,
And then it
he said
grew
it smelled
mold.
like. He said it smelled like gross burnt semen. He was like, I can't handle this.
And then it grew mold.
Well, he's doing something with his life. Okay, we can't. We
Yeah.
are. None of us
He's
are.
internet famous.
Who are we
He
to doesn't even know who the fuck we are. We know what him though.
Yeah, exactly.
He might know who we are. You never know. Cumbox guy could be a
No.
fan.
You know.
Cumbox
No.
guy, if you're a fan,
Post a
comment.
picture of a cum box.
No, God
with
no.
with a
Comment.
picture of
Of us in the
Comment.
cum box.
Yeah.
And
Comment.
I love
Subscribe.
Is that like, you know how they have D-Box for like for movies? What if they had Cumbox for porno theaters?
So it's just like you're in the
Okay.
splash zone.
it.
It's like fucking, it's like Shamu, but he's like everyone in the front row is in the splash zone. Better bring an umbrella. And they're just like, what the fuck? Just no.
it's like anything, anytime something happens on screen,
Yeah.
it's like they shoot you with stuff.
Yeah. It's like smells.
Sweat,
And, oh
baby
god.
oil,
Yeah.
lubricant, like all that kind of shit.
They have like
Girl squirts on the screen. There's like someone spraying you with a hose.
It's like vinegar instead
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah, it's like ah.
For the full experience, sexual
Why
experience.
would they have to
That's what
change?
sex
Why
is
would they have
like.
to
Everything
change it from
burns.
D-box? I don't understand. It would just continue to be D-box.
What? What?
D.
No. He'd say, oh yeah, it could just be D-box.
Oh yeah.
More like double D box.
Ooh, I
You
like
have to
that.
pay extra for those ones.
Add
They come
camera.
with like thingies that like bop you in the face, like boobs. But they only happen if that happens in the porno.
So it's just like these things hanging way above.
They
So,
go
wait,
down,
so instead
swing
of
down.
so instead of having like blatantly ham-fisted like 3D gimmick things, it'll be blatantly ham-fisted boobs coming out of the screen.
It's like
So,
oh,
so
ah!
that will ruin porn as well.
It's like
Great. And then everybody's popcorn will be like, ah! We got a trailer for Spy Kids 3D. It's not advertised the movie very well. Because every time Carmen
The only shot was the girl.
there goes
Yeah.
popcorn was everywhere.
Okay, you know what?
Everybody wastes $8. Not a good time.
That sounds like the kind of thing that could be pretty funny to do if you go see him. Like, they're just not going to be anymore. You go see him
Buy 12 bags of popcorn every time a 3D thing happens. And get the other one.
Those super shitty 3D movies are going away.
The people around you would be so irate.
Like, is there going to be any more movies with like cheesy Spy Kids? Like,
Maybe.
not.
Maybe.
It's
Probably
it's gonna
not.
go
The gimmicks
away.
are
It's just like-
dying.
well, because 3D has evolved to be less about.
No, we need to wait
like,
another 50 years. There was a thing in the 50s, and there was a thing in like 2009 or 2010.
You okay?
So we need to wait another 50 years. If we don't wait another 50 years, that'll be a big thing. Or when the next Avatar, they're gonna make the next Avatar in 3D, and everyone's gonna go
Why are
see
they making
that.
the next Avatar?
They're making 3 more
Yeah, they
Avatars.
had
aren't
it.
they?
Why?
What?
The
Because
first one wasn't even good.
That's beside the point.
It's
It made a shit ton of
It's
money.
spectacle. It's not supposed to be. You don't watch it for the plot. You watch it for cool looking special effects.
Yeah, but how many times can you see the same special effects?
But it's
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours
I'll
long.
never watch
Exactly.
it.
I can't get through
Fair
3 hours
point.
of special
The
effects.
first
with a story.
Avatar was not good, and the thing is, it's also like still like the highest grossing movie, or
One
no,
of them.
Avengers.
No, it
See,
is.
those
Avatar was
those
until
records
the
are broken
Avengers
like
thing,
every
yeah.
year,
Yeah.
anyways. It's like
Not
I don't
anymore.
like looking at that.
Avengers is still
comparison,
number 1.
Well, but it's like that's still pretty recent.
Avengers is number 1.
Yeah, Avengers is number 1.
Well, I guess it was
Well,
a
'cause
highly
the-
marketable movie.
Well,
You hated
worldwide
it,
stuff.
didn't you? Yeah,
usually,
you remember
yes.
you hated it. You didn't like it.
I didn't
Well-
hate it. I just didn't like it that much.
At the end of the day, it's just because like more people are going to movies every day because the human population is getting bigger.
Wow,
and
well,
more
In
people
places
are-
where they don't have movie theaters.
Well, still here.
Like, no, the population here is growing quite, not...
Still, it's enough to beat the last grossing movie by another $1.
Yeah, if all the
each
babies
time.
buy a movie ticket, what the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with
but
you?
every year more people turn 12 and can go see them, or 13 because it's a PG-13.
I don't think you understand
14.
demographic metrics.
No,
just
he's
saying.
right. I mean,
I
there
am
are
right.
more people constantly.
That doesn't
Yeah.
mean more people are seeing movies, though.
Well,
why
but they
wouldn't
are.
No, there's...
That's why we're grossing more.
They're not.
Movies are dying out. They're old technology.
They're
And people get them for free.
Lots of
The
people
economy
get
is
them for free.
shit right now, so people don't have a lot of disposable income to spend on luxuries like movies.
A lot of the time, they have to bank on the worldwide market
Yeah,
because, like, Guardians of the Galaxy did okay here.
domestically.
I think it made its money back and then some a little bit,
Yeah.
but then worldwide it made like.
Well, it's
an
like
extra.
Pacific Rim, too. It did okay
Pacific
here,
Rim,
but
exactly.
it was huge overseas.
Same thing with any of the
That's
Fast
exactly
and
what
Furious
happened,
movies.
yeah.
They have a giant Latino and like Spanish following.
Yeah.
And then like
They're
the-
actual like shit movies here.
Captain
but, like,
America
elsewhere,
2.
They're awesome.
there was like a special. I think it was Captain America 2, or maybe it was Transformers. Something that was filmed in China had an extra Chinese only scene, which was just like a doctor who was operating on someone. Like there was a shot of him going like, "I did it." And then China marketed it. No, for real. That's what the scene is. The doctor just being like, "That was a successful operation. Way to
like
go,
a famous
team."
Chinese doctor. Or
I don't
something?
fucking know. He's Chinese.
I remember. I forget what movie it was, but there was one that had this one minor Indian role, and this guy, just like this pretty famous Indian actor, played it, and they marketed the shit out of his presence in the movie, even though he's in for maybe like 5 minutes screen time total.
Well, it's like
It was
There are
pretty
other
recent.
movies
I
like
forget which
that.
one it was.
executive decision.
That movie?
Like that.
It's a Steven Seagal movie where Steven
Yeah.
Seagal dies in the first 10 minutes.
He does?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
What's the-
I mean, I've heard of
He's
it.
like on a plane. This is the beginning of the movie. He's on a plane, and then like some terrorist set off a bomb. And the plane breaks in half, and he gets sucked out and
Spider-Man 2.
dies.
Wasn't Godzilla like that?
Which
Yes, the new
Yeah,
Godzilla.
the new Godzilla.
Well, he
Well, I
made
mean,
it through half the movie.
He made it through like, well, a third at least.
Yeah, a
you
good
mean
portion.
Cranston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made it through a good portion of the movie.
He was
Well,
definitely
maybe.
the
Well, we knew.
part of it.
I mean,
Probably
Enough to like progress the storyline. He was like a main character overall.
I guess so, but
Because
he
once
didn't
he
really
came
do
to
any.
but let's be
story.
real. We all knew he was gonna die.
Yeah.
After the movie, at least.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
At most, I mean.
I liked his story and character a million times more than the rest of it. The son, I don't give a fuck about. Why
Well,
does
yeah,
he
that's
get to
the
save
point.
Godzilla?
It's like the human interest isn't the point.
It's watching
Godzilla
monsters
yeah,
fight.
beat the shit out of
It's
other
like
monsters.
basically
and he was only in
that
it
Bryan
for
Cranston
14
carried the story
minutes or
until the
something.
monsters show up, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, he's dead.
That's exactly
Monsters
what it
from here
was.
on out.
That's
Even though
exactly
the
Godzilla.
monsters were only on screen for like
14 minutes. Or
Did
something
anyone
like that,
see
yeah.
not even
Battleship?
No, I think it was 14 minutes of
My
that.
dad did, and he was like, "Yo, it's a pretty good movie." I was like, "How dare you?"
that.
What movie?
Battleship. That's an objectively bad movie. And he's like, "It was pretty good."
I don't know if you go in thinking I'm going to go watch Liam Neeson on a battleship shoot
And with
things.
Rihanna.
It's going to be.
Yeah,
that sounds
with Rihanna.
hilarious.
And the Taylor Kitsch,
Okay, best
John
Liam
Carter,
Neeson movie right now. Go.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Narnia.
He was not in that.
He's going to be in the
He was a
Expendables
stunt
3.
double in the suit.
Narnia.
The tuxedo.
As the line.
Oh, that's
As
Jackie
Len.
Chan. The tuxedo is a classic.
I still haven't seen Taken 2. Aren't they making Taken 3?
I saw
Yeah.
Taken 2.
No, well,
It's
no,
Tathrin.
It's
Taken
It
2
is,
wasn't
yeah.
no,
bad,
it's called A Walk Among the Tombstones.
but he does this a lot. Listen to me very carefully. It's like,
It
shut
sounds-
the fuck up.
I
Liam
think I
Neeson.
really want to see Taken 2. I bet I'd love it. And Taken 3
The
sounds
Grey
like
was pretty
even
good.
funny.
Taken 2 was funny.
Because it's like the
On
first one.
purpose?
It
I
was,
think
no,
the
it was
first one-
the thing is, it's entirely like this. They just took a bad guy and made him ridiculously stupid. Like he has the worst motive ever. They take him and then he's all tied up and shit. And the guy goes up, he's like, "Hey, look at all these pictures of people from before." Like remember Taken 1? You guys seen Taken 1?
Yeah.
I saw
Where he
Taken
kills
1.
like essentially everybody. He gets in his.
He
fucking
kills
way.
like 132 people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't even know what's the number.
So the guy's
No,
like,
it's pretty close.
You killed all these men, and you don't even know their faces. Blah blah blah. And this is my son. And he's like, dude, they were like selling women, and for like it was a drug ring and all that shit, like really bad
Women.
shit. Like why would
Two
the,
women, the worst drug.
no,
I
like,
injected 3 women, now I'm gay.
but yeah, like he's sitting here, it's like they were pimps. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? He's
They
like,
were
I don't
human
care what they
carriers.
did. What you
Traffickers,
did
yeah.
was worse. Blah blah blah. So now they're just killing him because he did a good thing. Because they're criminals.
I removed evil people from the world. You must pay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Taken 1 seemed like it half tried to be serious.
Taken
and
1
it
was
Taken
pretty
1
good.
was brutally
but then it
hilarious.
worked. But anyways, because it was still like kind
Just
of funny.
because
You
I-
could-
As
It's
far
like
as
they
like a
wrote the
cheesy
one-
action
they
flick
wrote
goes,
the
it was
line
pretty
of
good.
it going,
Unbelievable
like,
how much
taking my
stamina
daughter
Liam
out on
Neeson
Oh,
money.
yeah,
They
for
wrote
sure.
that scene and then like,
There's-
all right, we gotta
we
make
need a
a
movie.
movie around this.
Yeah.
We
Then
need
they
the
just had a
other.
bunch of locations with people with guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just an
Yeah,
action
I don't
movie.
even know what the story really was.
It was just an
Basically,
action movie.
His daughter
It was
gets
literally-
taken,
Yeah, yeah.
sold as a sex slave,
Then
and
he's
he
going
kills
around the world.
Everyone.
like a
Everyone.
growing swath of bodies
Everyone
behind
is
him.
dead.
And it's
and
funny.
he kills a fat guy with a throwing knife.
Because in Taken 2, he's really protective of his daughter dating this new guy or whatever.
Because she
And
got sold as a
And
sex
she is
slave.
exactly, and she's upset with him that he is being protected.
Daddy,
I'm
are you
amazed
protecting
she's
someone
like,
like
I know.
him?
Yeah.
I'm amazed
I know I
she
was
trusts
sold
a
into
man.
human trafficking and
And my best friend
gonna
died.
die.
And my
And
best
you had to
friend
kill
did die.
130
But you gotta just
people
let
to
me
save
just
me.
grow up and be an adult now. I'm 21 now.
Except she's also taking her fucking driver's exam in that movie,
Yeah.
I think, too. Which
Really?
doesn't- Yeah.
It's so
So it's like,
cliche.
is she 14? Like, how old is she right now? 16?
They're probably
Well, her
16.
boyfriend was like, "You don't have your license? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh,
because they're
okay.
rich.
Well,
Because she
Yeah.
was traumatized for years. She's actually in her
She was-
30s.
Most of the time, she was like a sex slave. She was in a vehicle, so you can't expect her to
Yeah.
like want to
Going
drive.
from place to place, not being a sex
Yeah.
slave.
So the entire movie just has really shitty character motivation. I'm just gonna say that.
Or like
Yeah.
none.
They
yeah.
believe things or they say things, but you have no idea why the fuck that would make sense to a normal human being.
I can't think of other Liam Neeson movies except for The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace
The
is the
Grey?
first one that came in.
Yeah.
Grey was good.
The Grey was
It
good.
was just great.
Oh, I didn't see it.
No, it's
I
the
only
Grey.
saw a bit of
That's
it.
the
It's
wolf
good.
punching
I
with
thought it
glass.
The
knuckles,
Grey.
right?
Grey is the horror game.
Oh,
yeah, that could be.
The Grey is like
saw
Liam
Doug-
Neeson punching
I
wolves.
saw
with,
Doug Gray
like-
in D-Box with
Yep.
with Taryn. That was fun.
What was another one that he did?
Because the D-Box.
Oh, he did the A-Team, which was
Oh
He did 18
no,
was
that
good.
movie is atrocious. That's the
I
only,
enjoy that
the
movie.
only
I enjoy
movie
that
I've ever
movie.
walked out on. The 18.
You actually
As
talked
really?
Yeah.
I feel like you've said
As
that
bad as
before.
it
I
was,
totally
a lot of
have.
movies.
I totally have.
As bad as it
No,
was,
but
I
not
really
other
enjoyed
movies.
it. I don't care how bad it was.
Anyone want some candy?
Yeah, I
I
liked
eat way
it.
too much of that.
We're getting close to Halloween, so we're gonna put on candy in our mouth. On the floor, candy on the floor, fun for everyone.
Oh, Schindler's List.
Oh yeah. Okay,
You
there
know
you
what?
go.
That's
That is
definitely way better.
Yep, there you go.
I like the part where he lightsabers Hitler. and
Cuts him right in half.
Yeah, and
And he
the
falls
part where he
down
killed
a
all
chute.
those-
Oh, I'm glad we brought that up because me and Connor. Oh, I'm gonna get that recut. Me and
Uh-oh.
Connor had an idea
Uh-oh.
of a lot
Oh,
of.
he was in fucking Batman, too.
Oh yeah.
He was
Oh yeah. He was
Batman.
in Batman Begins. Yeah.
Who's Batman?
He was Batman.
But-
Liam Neeson would be an awful Batman.
A lot of
He'd be an
potential
okay Batman.
film.
Christian Bale was a
Parodies.
bad Batman.
No, Christian Bale was the king. Christian, usually when you get a
was
Batman,
good.
they're good at one. They're either good at Bruce or they're good at Batman. Christian Bale was like fine at
The
both.
only
Yeah.
thing I didn't like about it was like because I saw Batman Begins before I saw Dark Knight.
Okay.
Was just his horrible Batman voice.
Yes, if you imagine
I
him
don't
doing the
mind
Batman
it.
voice without the mask, it's
He makes me
hilarious.
Well,
laugh.
yeah, but he's not doing it
Because
without
he's
the
kind of
Batman
nasally.
voice.
He's kind of nasally with it too. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
The power comes from within."
Did the Batman in
You
the
gotta
comics
believe
do
it.
that, or did
Only
he have
when
a
he gets
better
tired.
solution?
He always.
gets
He,
tired.
I know. Yes, he can't speak
He
that
sounds
much
like
with
he
that
bit his
voice because he's
fucking tongue.
very breathy.
I
with
know.
it.
he sounds like he has a mouthful of food. He's like,
Oh, he was in the English version of Ponyo.
Oh,
I don't know that.
He was Ponyo.
He was also the voice for Howl.
quit saying that.
What's
I'm
Ponyo?
saying-
What's
No,
Howl?
not Liam Neeson. Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. Christian Bale was in Totoro too, wasn't he? Maybe not.
I don't know. I don't think I saw
There's
the
an
English
eyeball up my
dub
butt?
for that one.
Is that the missing eyeball?
I don't know. Wow.
I'm
Don't throw
sorry.
shit. I got a glass of drink.
A glass of drink?
The glass
Non-denominational drink.
Weirdest thing ever put in your ears.
He was in a movie
Go.
called Dark Man.
Oh
Yeah,
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 he's
no.
the Dark Man.
Dark man.
You're right that time.
No!
Fight
Fight
for
of
the
the
light
light
man.
man.
Oh.
Champion of the bulb.
Actually, Darkman's supposed to be actually really good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a 1994 comic book movie.
I'd be down to see it.
Wow, he's old.
Liam Neeson is old.
Does anybody know what his
Don't
first
call him
movie
old.
was?
His
It,
wife
what
is
he
dead.
was in
Oh,
was?
it was called
Granny's
William the
gross
Lamb.
facial
He was
tree. He's coming on grandmother.
He was in a movie called Pilgrim's Progress. Do you know what character he played?
He was
John Wayne.
He was Pilgrim named Progress.
Holy shit, he was Pilgrim.
Well, that's not exactly a big guess
No,
for
no,
me.
we'll cut out the last part. You'll just say he was Pilgrim, and then it'll be a cut, and then I'll be like, holy shit, you were right. It'll be cool.
He's not cutting it.
No, he never does.
He never does.
So
We
many-
always say things are gonna cut, and they never get
so
cut. It's not worth it. It's not
Yeah.
funnier.
You know what's weird casting? John Wayne playing Genghis Khan.
Well, yeah,
Very strange.
Oh wait, yeah, that was it.
because he always played the same character. I mean, did he even do an accent?
No.
Well, it's probably for the better that he
Like
didn't
in
try to do
Mulan?
an accent.
No.
No,
in the
not in
movie
Oh, that's
The
Attila the
Conqueror
Hun.
from the
That's
50s.
Attila the Hun.
It's not Attila the Hun. It's Sean Yu the Hun. You
What-
fucking play.
Okay, was that actually a guy? When
No!
was that?
It's all
So you're
fictional.
telling me Mulan wasn't historically accurate?
No!
Well, no, but I mean, I assumed they picked a war that happened. It was like, I mean, obviously Mongols attacked
It
them,
wasn't
but
really
like,
a war.
How many boards were the Mongols horde if the Mongol hordes got bored?
Thank you, Calvin.
Calvin. Is that
Somebody
what
I
lost
was just
the
thinking about that
moves
earlier
It's
today
from
for
Calvin
some,
and Hobbes.
for some weird reason. I was
Oh.
thinking about that. I couldn't remember where it was from.
It's from Calvin Hobbes.
Yeah,
What's the coolest tongue twister you know?
that one.
when my tongue is in another female's mouth.
There's that really
wristwatch.
hard one. The sixth sheep.
Yeah,
Well, there's the Chinese one too.
It's like
that's
six
seed,
sheets,
seed,
seek,
seed.
six
I don't know what it is. But it's
sheathed
something crazy.
sheeps or something.
Something like that. Sheared sheeps. Something.
Sheathed.
Sheathed? Why would you
Sheathed sheep.
Why would they
sheep?
be sheathed? They're not sharp
Because-
enough to be sheathed.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You
just
can hide
carry
them.
one.
You're brandishing
So
sheep.
I have the scabbard
Very
here,
aggressive.
and I have the sheep. It fits.
I saw like the craziest gif.
Brandishing your sheeps is very
I
aggressive
was
in
there.
certain
I
cultures.
probably was on Reddit, but I didn't see it on Reddit.
How crazy was it, Alex?
Oh.
Tell us.
There's
Oh,
a guy.
I'm trying to spin
Are you
the
on fucking
cat.
drugs?
Yes. Why?
No, there's this guy helping a I guess it's like a mountain sheep or a mountain goat out of a fence.
Oh my god.
Because his head's stuck in the fence up like kind of up
Yeah.
this big hill, and he's like
He just
climbing up,
pulls it out.
and he pulls it out, and it's like okay, good. He just moves it over, and it just boom, boom, boom down the entire mountain.
He just sits there like, because the goat just keeps going.
It's like I've never
It's
seen
so,
that.
yeah, I know
I'm gonna
exactly.
find it. I'm gonna find it.
Sounds
Anyways.
Okay, the top tongue.
I
It's
love,
so-
you know what? I love reverse gifts, and one of my favorite ones is like, it's Pikachu jumping toward Ash, and then
and
Ash
he
catches
grabs
him and he
him and
like
throws
spins
him
him
away.
around into a hug.
throws
But
him
when we
away.
play reverse, he's like just spins through
My
my
favorite
into the sky.
My favorite reverse gif is the one where they're pulling the dude out from under the burning car.
I
So they're like
they
lifting him
put him
up,
back in.
but it's just them putting him under.
yeah. Lifting up the
It's
car,
like
putting
six
him-
people lifting it up, and they're just like sliding it under. And so
The car
Jess
goes
is like,
down.
no, put me under, you assholes, fuck you. And they're like, fuck you, and it's like, put him under
They
the
just
car.
slide him under.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Here, I'll show you guys this after.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Oh, it says okay.
That's so good. The sheep's just like, ah.
That would be a really good one to turn into one of those like the wasted ones from
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
Okay, so Alex saw the movie Halloween 3: Season of the Witch,
It's fucking terrible.
and we think it might be a funny idea. Let's just watch it, and we'll just
can't do it.
record ourselves, and we'll just see
Not
what
now.
happens, and then
Okay, see our reaction for it.
Why?
and we'll
I
just
can't
see if
watch
it's
serial
funny.
killer movies.
No. You'll be able to watch this one. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the TV? Or?
Wait,
Shut
up!
Isn't Halloween about Jason?
No, Halloween
that's
is
Friday
the one about
13th.
Michael Myers.
Oh, okay.
But not Halloween.
Oh.
How does that have anything to do with the witch?
You will find out.
you'll
Or maybe
find
you
out.
won't. I don't know.
Yeah, but
watch
we
it and
should
see.
watch it, and yeah. it'd be
Okay.
funny.
Can we do
It'd be
a
funny.
All right,
Playthrough
watch.
Two
What?
Worlds?
Okay, if you're gonna watch.
No,
movies,
we're not gonna play two
I
worlds.
really want to do
Why are we gonna play two worlds?
Two
No.
worlds
It's more of
horrible.
Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's just some.
Isn't there Lord of
It's
the
a
Rings?
shitty fantasy game.
It's just some RPG that's not
I
great.
could have sworn it was Lord of the Rings. But in any event,
That's Two
Halloween
Towers.
3. Oh yeah.
Also,
Halloween 3. Freddy 2. Freddy 2 is is the gayest movie of all time. It is so gay.
How is it?
But it's not Freddy 2, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yeah, sorry. Whatever.
Freddy's Return.
When I think Freddy 2, I think of like Freddy
So
versus
how
Jason.
so is it? You
It's-
rarely use that word. So
No, I'm not saying like
No,
gay.
I mean like
it's
literally,
fucking gay. It's
like
literally gay.
like
It's
extremely
literally-
homoerotic.
It's literally about a guy struggling with his homosexuality. It's like
And
the
then Freddy kills
subtext,
him.
but it's not subtext at all. For instance, the first guy who gets killed by Freddy is a openly gay gym teacher who gets tied up naked in the school shower and whipped on his ass with a towel until he dies.
what?
I am not making this
That
up.
is so gay.
I know. And then the
That's
other
a
thing-
wonderful way to die.
You know how in those movies a lot of the time it's like naked girls and stuff. How like
Yeah.
hot,
So it's just
slutty
die.
teenagers
Yeah.
get fucked and then die. In this movie, the only nudity you see are 2 or 3, I can't remember, male asses, and that's it.
Wow.
I know.
I want some full frontal nudity.
You can imagine their girl butts.
You
They're
can't
hairy.
because it's 2 guys fighting and they fall on the ground, roll around, and a guy pulls his pants
It's like
down
Borat.
while they're fighting, and the other guy pulls his shirt up, so they're like rolling around and rubbing bodies.
Huh.
It's super gay.
That sounds
It's so
that
gay.
sounds great. No, let's watch it after we watch Halloween 3 because I'm more interested in
We'll
watching
do a
that one.
Halloween marathon.
Yeah, we'll do a movie marathon. Yeah. And then we gotta watch
Oh, yeah, that's actually a
um,
pretty good idea.
Jason X.
I've already seen that.
I wonder if I can
That
buy
movie is like
fireworks.
that is so it's so cheesy and it's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of I was amused by it kind of. 'Cause it's
Actually,
like,
the new Friday the 13th. I know it's kind of old now, but the new one directed by Rob Zombie is
no,
probably.
that you're thinking
Was
of
it?
Halloween.
Oh yeah, no, it
Halloween
was.
was
I always
that
think
one's
Rob
it's
Zombie.
Directed by Rob
It's
Zombie.
so
It sounds
bad.
good.
It's
oh no,
so
it's
bad.
real bad. It's about his like origin story,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad.
and it's like him as a kid, and it's like
No, the
fuck
new
it.
one?
Yeah,
no,
the new
no, it's
one.
not.
Yes,
The
it
new
is.
one is just Friday the 13th 2 redone.
Wait, are we talking about?
We're not talking
Halloween?
about Friday the
We're talking about
13th.
Halloween.
I was talking about the Friday the 13th.
Okay,
You
so
were
you
talking
didn't mean
about
Rob Zombie.
No, I thought it was. I always get that wrong.
The Rob Zombie Halloween one, I had to stop.
Did you? When?
After he kills the first kid, I had to
He
stop.
just beats him to death with a stick in a park.
Yeah,
How is that scary?
I don't. It's
That's
a
sensitive.
psychological thing. I don't like it. It's because he was like I don't like it when people beg for their lives.
I love it when people beg for the lives.
Oh, we got a happy medium.
It's so weird and not cool, and I wouldn't want to.
It's not cool. You don't want people to beg for their lives.
So shush. No, it's just in movies. It's just I don't. If you're gonna kill someone, fucking do it quick. Just stab them in the face and be done
But
with it.
then you can't teach them a lesson before they die.
And I don't want that. No, don't do that. Why teach them a lesson if you're just
'Cause
gonna kill
then
them fucking
they
anyway?
don't
Okay, so you were
Heaven.
talking about Friday the 13th, which
Yeah.
is like the Michael Bay produced one. I don't know who the director
That's
is.
why Batman's
Yes.
awesome because he
Oh,
gives
I didn't
people
know
near-death
The
experiences.
newer
He doesn't
one,
actually kill them.
I don't remember who directed it. I thought it was Rob Zombie.
I don't even
but-
know who directed it, but I
Rob
just know
Zombie?
Michael
I
Bay
mean, maybe
produced
it is
it.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie seems like the kind of guy I want to make.
I don't know. There was a lot of
because
tits,
he's
so I assumed it
I'm
was
sure
Rob
it's
Zombie.
horrible, and then it would be funny.
I don't. They're just.
Straight to the bitches and slam to the
I get-
in the back of my
Yeah.
Like
No,
the back of my Dracula?
Dracula.
Oh, Dracula.
It's like his Batman except vampire car.
Batman.
Oh,
From
so wait, it actually is
Twisted
about
Metal.
No, I
Dracula.
just made that.
Was
up.
that in like every
No.
extreme sports game? I know it was at least
Yeah.
in like
Dracula's
like
been
a
in everything.
snowmobile game or like
Twisted
Cool
Metal.
Borders.
Yeah.
Might have been
Twisted
Twisted
Metal.
Metal,
It wasn't Twisted.
His
that's
other
what I-
song, Two Lane Blacktop, was
His
in
car
both
was
Need for
called
Speed
the
games.
Dracula in Twisted Metal. He was a character.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Metal.
sense.
I love those games.
All
Yeah.
I ever think
I
is
thought
that
it was-
music
I only
video
played
with
Twisted
like all
Metal
the
Black,
white
like,
and him
once.
like the whole.
Oh, like the crazy green screen
Yeah,
shit going on.
just
And he's like,
like,
whoa, and he's like in the car with the witches.
Wait,
He's
that's
like,
the Dracula.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I also just want to stress, I wasn't saying it's gay like it's bad. It's just really, really like homoerotic.
That's what we were
Yeah,
saying.
well,
We said
yeah.
that.
No. I just
He
want
just
to
wants
I
to
made
stress
that. I made that
for
point before you told the
clarification.
story. I was like, you never use that.
I
word.
know,
Like,
and
you must
it's
mean
not
it.
bad,
Yeah.
it's
Lots
like
of
super
just
gay.
making sure we're clear.
It's really gay, and it's super weird because it was like filmed in the 80s, so I guess it was like not as big a deal back then. Or
Why
like
not?
I think
people-
it would have
pe-
been. It's
people were like,
Oh, so
less-
gay people are weird.
Well, because it's like no, it's like the director
No.
and stuff were saying like, hey, it's supposed to be like subtle, a subtext, and it's like it is not.
It is very
Yeah.
blatant.
Super blatant, yeah.
I don't know.
I probably got. The thing is, the people who would have been offended by gay things back then probably didn't watch gory horror movies
I
either.
guess so, yeah.
That's
Like,
true.
No, too good. For that.
Especially sequels of gory horror movies.
Yeah.
Final Destination's dope.
No.
And I've never seen it.
I have not.
I've actually always liked it.
I did not enjoy a single fight
They're
of this
funny
movie.
as hell. I love
Okay,
them.
they're
What I
funny.
don't like is how much it's like, yeah, I am kind of rooting for this person to live and get the fuck out, but they're just
I'm
never
not.
can, and it's
Well,
just
that's because
annoying.
they're dumb.
It's
You're
so
gonna get bored.
funny. Like, it's the best.
You
thing
have to
ever.
I've
Watch
always
it.
thought,
I don't
like,
watch
completely
them because
ridiculous
they're
circumstances.
scary.
It's always
too.
scared me, like the idea of like anything can kill you. Like that put me on edge.
No,
Like,
it's
watching
not that
a movie.
anything can kill you. It's anything within the universe that people have been doing dumb shit where random happenstance is always deadly.
That made me uneasy watching the movie. I was always uneasy.
it's like-
and I
I
do
think
want to
I
watch
didn't-
the newer one because apparently it's actually like
Number
funny.
Yeah,
5?
yeah, the
It's
newer
so
one is
bad.
so-
It's so bad.
The more sequel-y, like 4 or 5, whatever,
Yeah.
the
fifth one is
less
hilarious.
obvious, like,
Well, 'cause you have to
subtle
up the
ideas.
ante
It had to go
every
up,
time,
so it's
so-
like now it's escalators eating people and meteorites falling from the sky.
Is
from
that what
upper-
happened?
No, 5 is one
Killed
where
by
like she
meteor?
gets lasered in the eye and she's
Yeah.
like, ah, and then falls out a window.
Falls out a window. It's so funny.
The best,
Sounds great.
The best part
The
of
thing
5
is, it's
though,
because you think they die the way they did in the trailer,
But
like,
they don't.
But they never. They,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's always like the initiator.
They always
and then
like
they die
extend it out.
somewhere.
They,
yeah,
like,
like there's
stretch
a
it
dude
out.
with the acupuncture needles and he's like falls off the table and you're like, oh no, and he's like crawling around the ground and the statue falls off and crushes
Like the
his head.
deaths from
Don't
the
give it
first
away.
one on just
I'm
get
going-
longer and
I need
longer.
to
And the
watch
fifth
it.
one, it was just painful to be like, oh my goodness, when is this person gonna fucking die?
That
Yeah.
sounds hilarious.
Although the best
It's
was
so
the girl
funny.
that's just like, we gotta be fine as boom.
My favorite.
wait,
I think I probably
Five
laughed
or
out
the
loud
first
at
one?
that.
No, in 5 because
My favorite death is the first death in 5 because
Oh.
she's like doing gymnastic stuff, and then like it's
Oh, yeah,
always
she just
it's always
breaks her
leading
neck.
up. There are nails places, there are electrical shortages.
There's
there
like
are
a
all stuff.
fan coming loose.
But then eventually it's just the powder that you like the chalk flies in the air as she's doing a flip and like blinds her
She
and she
just
lands
breaks her
wrong
neck.
and just fucking explodes. She
No,
hits the
oh my
ground
god,
and
I
just
actually remember hearing that. Or sorry, I remember watching that clip
like
because she does the
breaks
flip
every
and
bone.
slips and then goes like this and then like her whole body like folds in half
Yeah.
backwards when
Yeah,
she lands.
yeah.
and
It's like-
then
Just
she
like
dies.
the goat in that GIF that we just
Yeah.
watched.
No, but the
It was
best
the funniest.
is like the group of survivors are like standing around. They're like, "Oh man, this is crazy. This is real." And the one goes like, "Fuck that! It's not real." She walks in, gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
It's like instantly.
That
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, "You guys can all drop dead
Yeah, it's so funny.
or go to hell or something."
Yeah.
I actually love the ending for the first movie because like they find out like, "Oh my god, not everybody's dead. That means some of us has died." And the guy's like, they get into like some sort of argument. And then like one guy's on the ground, and then the guy sends up. And he's like, "Who's gonna die?" And then like this thing that's been happening, like you don't even notice in the background,
Yeah,
like this
but, like-
big ass like giant sign is like swinging toward him, like, and then it cuts. It just ends like that. I thought that was really cool.
That's cool.
Fuck. I was just trying to think. God damn it. Never mind. I've seen every single movie and I love them all.
Which
That's
is the
all I'm
one
gonna
where
say.
they're at a racetrack at the beginning.
That's the fourth one. Yeah.
That's the one that we rented.
That was one of the ones
one
that came
day.
out in shitty 3D because it had the tire flying
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
start.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was
I
also
remember
a really
from
funny
I don't
death.
remember.
The tire had an orange.
I don't remember the third
Smash.
one. I remember the second one because that was the first
Well, that
one I
must
watched.
have
And I
been
was
Remember the
really
fourth
young.
one? The chick
Because
gets
it
her
was
head stuck in
3D,
like
so it must have
sunroof and
been
she gets
Final
washed.
Destination is
I think that's the third
No,
one.
she doesn't
Oh,
die.
it's the third one. No,
She doesn't
she just
die.
gets like a braided.
No,
to
no,
death,
the
I
guy
thought.
saves her. The guy like goes to the
That's the
car
fourth
and he
one.
turns it off.
That's the fourth one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy he rams her car out of the car wash.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've seen every movie like
And
6
he
times.
dies.
so-
What happens in the third one? I can't remember.
Third one's roller coaster again, I think.
Third one's
Yeah,
roller
you're
coaster.
totally right. Yeah, it is.
Like, third one's roller
Again,
coaster.
because the first one's roller coaster.
No,
too.
first
feel
one
like
isn't roller
If you
coaster.
did
The first one is the
Final
airplane.
Destination
Oh yeah, so the first and the fifth one are the fifth one's
The
the
fifth
bridge.
one happens
The
before
bridge.
the first one.
The fifth
Oh
one
yeah,
is
right.
the
Because
bridge.
then the plane crashes at the end of the fifth one.
They getting on the plane at the end of the fifth one.
No, and then it explodes.
How would it work as a game unless you're
Well, I
like
feel
the
like
evil
you,
spirits
yeah,
trying
you
to
have
No,
to
for
you
real,
have
it
to
just
kill-
everyone
Well,
dies.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could do a
everyone
game.
dies.
It'd
Yeah.
be like a point and click game where it's like, what doesn't kill you?
I guess.
Final Destination stuff, but
That'd
I think
probably be the
that's
most
boring.
deadly looking
but-
thing in there. It's like, there's this medieval flail and a kitten. I wonder what's gonna kill me. Probably not the medieval flail.
That
And
is
the
how Final
shark
Destination-
eats you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always something.
Where's that shark come
You
from? You
never
didn't check
win.
the cooler. Live sharks.
The second one I watched when I was like really young, and that scarred me because it was really
Like the
scary.
chicks
To me.
getting baked in the sunbathing thing.
That was not the second one.
That was the first one.
God damn
I
it.
don't even. Was
I'm
it?
all
that was the
over
third
that.
one,
It's
sure.
I think it was the
I'm
third
sure
one.
it doesn't matter.
I remember the second one was like there's a
Second
kid.
one was the
Remember that
car
good
crash.
boobies?
Car crash.
That was the pile up on the highway. The second.
Yeah,
one.
it was. And like at one point, like some girl's trying to leave an elevator, and there's a man with like
Yeah,
a
with
box
the
full of
hooks.
hooks, and then her hair gets caught on the hook while she's leaving, and then the door closes on her neck, and then the elevator goes up, and it decapitates her.
Holy shit.
That's completely ridiculous.
I know.
The doors would go.
The second one had the most ridiculous.
I
death.
mean,
It was
decapitated
so
by
funny.
the elevator thing actually did happen though in real life.
The first
Yeah,
one.
that was
the
more
box
the
and
that
crazy
was more
shit,
the
but
guy
it
was
did
getting
happen.
on the elevator and it fell.
We
Yeah.
saw. Yeah,
it
there
wasn't
was
so
a
much
gif
that
of that
the
one on
doors
Reddit.
closed on him and then he died.
No, it was like the elevator malfunctioned and just went. Boop!
The
like
first
pulled
one,
up
the
when it
first one
shouldn't
had one of
have.
the stupidest deaths when the computer fucking exploded.
What?
In the
I don't
very,
even
the
remember
very
that.
first one,
The
there's
glass
like
is, like-
water like gets onto like a frayed cable or something, and so then her computer short circuits and explodes, and she gets a floppy disk to the fucking chest,
Nice.
and then she
Is
like
it like one of those really old school floppy disks that's enormous and actually floppy?
yeah, and then things start like catching fire because they just had like an electrical fire or whatever. Then she goes to the kitchen and like grasps on the counter, but grabs like a towel and pulls the knives down. The knives go into her chest. It's fucking it's so stupid.
Can we go back for a second? Why was that guy carrying a box of hooks?
He was a motif. He was just a
For
random
story
ass motif in the
purposes.
movie.
He was Cain in See No Evil. He was just prepping.
In the second one, the first guy that dies after the crash happens, he's like in his kitchen microwaving something.
Wait, he's alive again?
What? No, the guy, the first guy to die in the second one.
I see.
He's like making something in his kitchen and he falls out his window.
Yes, I remember that one.
And
Because
he-
like, there's all this shit that's trying to kill him, and he falls out of his window, and then he's like,
No.
I'm
He-
okay.
like, he escaped-
and then the fire escape ladder falls
Yeah.
down, and it's gonna hit him in the face. It's like boom, and then it stops right here. It's like, whew, and then randomly he goes, and then it kills him.
Because he makes it out, but then there's like something icy that he
No,
slips
it's
on.
spaghetti. The spaghetti
Well,
he
he
was
slips on the
microwaving.
spaghetti
he
from the
slips on it.
microwave. Yeah.
I remember that one.
The deaths are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I never found them funny when I was young. I thought they were like,
Oh,
they
well,
were
that's you're a
nauseating.
kid, right? And people are dying in horrific ways.
Yeah.
But when we get older, it's like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
And I guess the point is that they're supposed to be as intricate and
Like the first
It's
one
like
was
Rube
crazy,
Goldberg
and
should
then
have
after that,
died.
they
Yes.
decided to stop being serious.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they had to. I don't think they could have even really
yeah,
continued.
Yeah.
it was a good.
I think
Yeah.
the third one
Choice.
was probably my least favorite because it didn't really. All the deaths were kind of dumb. Like not dumb in a way that they're hilarious dumb. Just like
I don't even
lame.
remember what the deaths
Yeah,
other
I
than
remember
other
the
than the tanning bed.
Yeah.
There was the tanning bed, and then there was the guy in the drive-thru. He got caught in the drive-thru, and a car came down with that had like a rotor in it.
Yeah,
and,
like it
that
was
chopped
a,
up his head.
like there was the speedboat, and the speedboat
Yeah.
was like, and it like chopped his head up.
Yeah, and then some girl died from like a nail gun to the back of the head or whatever. and
I remember that
was-
one. Yeah,
And then getting killed by a fair ride or whatever. That was stupid too. Like
But that was
they
like the
went to
beginning
like a
of
fair.
number 3 because it was the
No,
roller
number
coaster,
3
right?
they were there like a fair or whatever, and then there was like a ride or a sign or something that fell over on top of one of them.
Nowhere.
It was stupid.
yeah.
The third one was.
I'm
the
impressed
least
that you
memorable.
remember all the deaths though.
I
Yeah.
remember most of the deaths. Yeah.
There was like a dentist one in the second one too. Like a kid was at the dentist.
He's like,
No, I remember.
Yikes.
I remember in the
Drilled
second
through their
one
eye.
they were going to a doctor's office or something, but the oxygen tank had gone, and it was like the only character that had ever made it from one movie to another, which was the Claire Waters girl,
Yeah.
and then she
Remember her name too.
Yeah.
Wow.
she's really into Final Destination. You don't even know.
she got referenced in the fourth movie too on one of the signs, but
Did you also get reference to the 5th one too?
What?
Didn't they also talk about it in the 5th one?
Well, yeah, everyone talks.
Yeah, because it's a prequel
Wait, but
to the first one.
yeah.
Why would they? Okay, never mind.
Because
So, yeah.
the 5th one's before the first one.
Okay,
The,
we're spending way too much time talking
Yeah, I
about a
was
very
gonna say.
inconsequential horror movie.
Sorry, but yeah, she goes to a doctor's office and then the door is open, but there was like an oxygen tank that got made loose or whatever, so then it exploded and she died.
You know what? The worst. Speaking of doctor's office, it made me think of like the worst Final Destination death for me. I can imagine would be death by tongue depressors. 'Cause I fucking hate those. I don't know how they would kill me. I just don't want.
Well,
it.
it'd be so many, and they just like
Just don't
jam them
fucking-
down your throat.
God, that would be horrible. I hate tongue.
Yeah, like if
depressors.
you imagine like you going like and getting your tongue like kind of like pulled out and down, like does that make you gag?
Yeah. Well, not,
Like the
not
taste,
thinking
like the
about
taste
it.
of tongue depressors.
Not thinking about it, but
put
I
a
mean,
little
if it was
popsicle syrup
happening,
on it.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was happening, yes, but I don't think about it to that.
Okay, let's try it.
I don't. I keep a tongue depressor free
I'll
house
use my
and
fingers.
popsicle stick and finger free house.
Popsicle stick free house? No, you made puppets.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well, we
true.
can use
That's
those.
how you
Alright,
know.
there's a popsicle stick right there.
Okay,
But
well.
what would the worst Final Destination death for you be? That isn't like I get stabbed with a knife because no one wants that.
Animatronic
His would
animals.
clearly be something about porn. Like
Yeah.
watching porn and then the computer like electrocutes his dick off.
Okay, no, that reminds me of the fourth one when the guy gets sucked through the pool.
Yeah, that one was
That
gross.
one was gross.
What? I don't
Yeah,
remember
So,
that.
so he's like
Or
fucking
didn't
this
suck
bitch,
through
right?
the-
And then he goes into the pool, and then like one of the somehow magically in Final Destination world, the pool suction thing, like the drain, got
Go
Dude,
super
wait.
turbo.
I feel like he ripped this off of Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Yeah,
like
you
lost.
yeah.
He,
Guts,
Lots of
yeah.
deaths are like
he like
similar
lost
things that
something
have
or whatever
happened.
in the pool, so he went to go reach
Totally
for it,
ripped off
and then
the
he got
guts.
sucked into the drain, and then all his like insides went through the
It's-
drain.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Out of his
fucking
butt.
funny.
Yeah.
That's like under the
So
skin.
wait, what is the reason? Is it just like
You saw under the skin?
I've never ever seen.
Okay,
good.
Final
Okay,
Destination.
the
So it's
reason
like,
that happens
It's
is
good.
because
they're all supposed to die, and then they
Yeah, there's
They
always a
escape
disaster.
Yeah,
and they don't
but one of them
die,
has a
and-
premonition, and then death is cheated because they were supposed to die, and then so they all die in random happenstance later
And
on.
then why does one get to live at the end?
They don't. They
Oh,
always
no,
die.
they
Except
always-
for
Every
one
single
got
time.
to live at the end of the first one.
But she ended up dying later.
In the
too.
second one, but the only reason she lived from the first one on is because after her boyfriend died, she put herself in solitary confinement so she could never die. So she didn't, and there were rules like she didn't allow any like pens or anything into her cell.
Did she die of starvation?
No, she died of the doctor's office exploding.
I feel like death could have just like made an earthquake. Like
Yeah,
what
right.
is the limits to
Well,
death's
and,
power?
but then they play with that in the fifth one because it's not these specific people need to die. It's this many people need to die. So the one guy's like, "I'm gonna kill you so I live."
Doesn't that happen in like
Yeah,
at
that's
least
what I thought.
3 of the Final
I
Destination
think the
movies?
last 3 they do that.
Where he's
They
like,
play with
I
that
have to
game
kill
of-
some other person in order for me to not die.
In the fourth-
because that's what creates the character
Yeah.
conflict.
In the fourth one, it was like in the fourth one they're like, oh, if you avoid it, it won't happen or whatever. Because
Yeah.
one of the guys tried to kill.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, if you don't die, you're not gonna
No,
die.
like they like
If you don't get killed, you won't die.
You're alive.
no, it was if someone else saves you, you're okay. Like someone like you can't save yourself,
so
but
they're,
someone
like,
else can.
trying to save
And
each
then
other.
the fifth one, they were like, oh, well, someone needs. If you kill someone, and it'll get rid of
Then
it.
you're good.
Because the mortician, the physical representation of death, the mortician goes like, well, maybe you should do this, and they're like, oh,
And then they get fucked anyway.
they get fucked anyway because
And then they've also killed people
yeah.
too, because death is an asshole.
Except no one actually killed anybody in the fifth one.
Rip in
It was
peace.
just
I thought the black guy killed somebody. Didn't
Is
he?
no,
that
the
right? Is it left,
some
right?
guy
Or
got.
right, left?
Wait, yeah. In the Final Destination 2, the black dude with the gun. Am I remembering
No,
correctly?
in the fifth one there's no other black dudes. In the fifth one there's only a black.
I swear, I think there's some guy tries
It's
to
a
kill
racist
somebody.
thing.
in the
There's
second one.
a black dude in the fourth one too, but he's the guy who tries to kill himself but doesn't get to. In the fifth one,
Oh yeah, that's what happened in the second one. He tries to kill himself, but then it's like, there's no bullets. I can't kill myself.
yeah,
It's like somehow there's no bullets.
It seems like something you check before you go to shoot yourself in the head.
yeah. So in the fifth one, the black guy he sees the industrial hook coming. He's
What's
like,
with these movies and hooks?
shit's gonna go down, and he's like,
They're very foreboding.
So he avoided it and let one of his workmates that was giving him a hard fucking time take
Die.
the bullet
Right,
for it,
that's
so he
what it was,
died.
yeah.
And he was like, okay, I'm safe now. But then he died from like at the end of the movie. He was talking to some guy in a bar, and then
The plane crashes into the bar, or a piece of the plane crashes
Yeah.
into the bar. Yeah.
the bar it just goes.
And
Wait,
it
so there's
squishes
like
him.
a shit ton of people die on a plane then too?
That's
Yeah,
what
because
happens
that's the
in the
beginning of
first
the first movie.
Oh.
So the ending of the fifth movie is the beginning of the
damn.
first movie.
Yo.
Wow.
So the last 3 living people at the
How
end
do
of the
we
fifth
know
movie
this
died at
much
the
about
beginning.
these fucking movies?
I watched the fifth one pretty recently, so
I watched all.
I know
of
the
them,
most
like,
about
3
that one.
times.
Final
Just so-
Destination.
just FINL
Fimmel.
Well, you can
DSTN.
Yeah, you can fit FI on well enough, and then NAL final DESTIN.
ATION.
There you go.
You can have Asian running down like
Yeah, I'll
this.
just go like
SHUN.
yeah, do it vertically, like
A-
cool.
Yeah.
Or write it like Japanese
GE
or something that it is vertical.
STIN.
We've been.
That's
for
an
an
I
hour
got
now.
$20 in my
Ah!
I'm gonna
The yelling ning.
pop some
What
tabs.
time is it?
Final Destination cast.
We can call it done soon. We talked about Final Destination for 20 years.
Final
Jesus.
Destination cast.
Also, there's the scissors I was looking for.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway,
Now we know.
Now we know.
one last topic before we shut down, I guess.
Weirdest
Sprite.
thing in your nose.
Penis.
Most
Sprite.
of my pinky.
Ew. Wait,
Sprite.
Oh,
it's not most.
I had Slurpee in my nose once.
I have metal in my nose.
Fuck you.
That is
Puke.
weird.
Puke coming out your nose is the worst.
I've never had that, but I don't
Every
puke
time I
upside
vomit.
down.
Every
Comes up
time
my
I
nose.
vomit.
Oh,
no,
stop
not every
vomiting,
time.
you god.
But I
haven't
like
done
it.
I haven't done it since the last time I
Vomiting on
puked
butt.
here
Every
on
time
the
I puke,
Outlast
I
and the
get
5 body washes
feeling.
night.
What?
Every time I vomit, I swear I can.
What was the last time you
Alright.
puked and why?
The 5 body washes night, and because I drank far too much 151.
Yeah, it was probably from drinking last
Yeah.
time.
I think I was just sick, probably.
I think mine was drinking.
Yeah, it would have been here when Connor mixed the drinks for beer pong.
But that was
probably.
from that was my hangover the next day because I don't puke like when I drink or like right after I drink. It's always the next day. So
Yeah.
like, I played a game of League and 3 times during the game of League I had Jordan on Skype. I was like, I gotta go puke again.
The only time I puked
Ew.
afterwards was the first night that I
Yeah.
got drunk here.
I've never puked from drinking.
But then again, I also puked that night.
I've only puked the one time from drinking.
I never puke while drinking.
Last time I puked was because I had a really bad headache.
But I
And
also
the pain
blacked
was
out
just
that
so
night
bad.
too, so I don't
The
remember.
pain was so intense it made you vomit.
Yeah.
That couldn't have helped.
Well, that didn't help. It certainly didn't help the situation.
How many times have you guys gotten like blackout drunk? Like so drunk you don't remember what happened?
Never.
Once.
Not enough, apparently.
Never?
'Cause I never. I don't think I
I
have.
remember everything.
Alex?
Never what?
Oh wait.
Blackout drunk. Like you don't remember what happened.
Apparently on my last
I'm a
birthday,
good
I don't remember it as
child.
much as
Shit.
I
I
thought.
want to. I want
I've
to
gotten
again.
blackout drunk like 10
'Cause
times.
it was fun. It was
Well,
In
really
the
okay.
fun.
last 2 years.
Halloween, if you guys want to come over.
Yeah,
I already have
Halloween's a
plans,
giant
I'm
fucking
sorry.
That's
thing.
okay. You weren't invited.
That's fine.
You've already gotten blackout drunk. You don't need to
No,
come.
this Halloween I
You
don't.
need to
I don't
attend.
want to remember shit. Like I want to like.
Okay, if we want to, we can like
Yeah.
get together and
Yeah.
have a good
Well, we are
time and
doing it.
play SCP or something else.
I don't know if
like
we
Yeah,
can
you
do
gotta, you
isolation.
gotta play something spooky.
And watch
Yeah.
season
Well,
of Witch.
okay.
or what?
Yeah, I was thinking we'll just actually party.
Yeah,
Don't
instead
have to
of
worry about
yeah,
videos
nobody
or
does
anything.
anything.
That's a party though. It's basically a party. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Or not. Whatever. I'm cool.
But we should pick another time to get blackout drunk and play a game. Anyways, because we haven't actually done that.
I was gonna say we haven't actually gotten. Well, no, we get
Belligerent.
drunk all the time.
I got
we
really
haven't,
drunk
we
on
haven't gotten
Saturday
like
night.
preposterously drunk.
I wasn't
for a thing in a
with you
long
guys on
time.
Saturday.
Well, I don't think we'd ever really technically. I mean, the closest thing would
The
be
one
San
night we've
Antonio.
had the one
People be more drunk,
Sometimes
right?
there's
Some-
some people who are
A
really
few
drunk.
people lead the charge
one
that really
time-
drunk.
The one
one
time
time
everybody
we-
was mostly drunk
we didn't
was
film any-
Sanatorium.
Sanatorium was the most
Wait, which one?
The one with me and Robin wound up in the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay,
okay.
yeah.
See, that was too much.
See, that's the
probably.
thing. What
Oh,
we
well,
need-
actually, it was also the
I
game
was the
boring
perfect
and
level
dumb.
of drunk
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah,
though.
the game we
Yeah.
didn't find Slenderman the entire time.
It was boring.
Yeah. What
Hunt
we
was
really
stupid.
need is because it's like we have like one person or two or three who are really drunk and then say a lot of dumb things and kind of lead the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like
Yeah, there's a science.
the
behind
only
it.
time we've ever had everyone pretty much on it, or like 90%.
Sanatorium.
There was nobody to
there
like.
was no one to like make the game video thing.
So
So it just
Outlast.
didn't work.
Outlast we were all pretty drunk.
There were parts where some people.
Yeah, but
Tell
like the
them
very
about
drunk
it,
people
but-
have to play supporting roles where they have no responsibility.
Yeah.
When everybody is that role, there's nobody carrying anything. It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of drunk people.
I have a new drink for us to drink because it's really good to get you drunk, and
Okay.
it's absinthe.
You can.
I drank absinthe on Saturday, and holy fuck, it's 60%, and it's just wonderful.
It's
Does it
wonderful.
taste good?
That sounds the opposite.
No, it tastes
of
like
what
black
it is,
licorice
actually.
and wormwood, but it's awesome.
What
Again,
is
that's
wormwood?
even worse.
Honestly, you can't describe it until you taste it.
Is it bad?
It's not that bad. It's,
Well, I
it's
hate black
I
harsh.
licorice.
feel like I
so-
feel like I.
Yeah.
really
It's
Already
bad.
off-
If you don't like black
already off
licorice,
on
you
a bad
shouldn't drink
foot.
it.
I don't like black licorice.
Okay, well then don't drink it, but you should.
I
still.
love black licorice drinks.
Actually,
But
if
every
you
time
cut
I
it-
have them, I get so drunk
If you-
and pukey.
Yeah, if you mix like a shot of it in with water and sugar, it's really tasty.
What's that thing? What is that that drink
Coca-Cola.
that Hannibal Buress describes in his act?
Oh, it's
Apple
my
juice.
name. My name is Hannibal.
Apple juice.
What is that drink he describes? Because he said it tastes like Dr Pepper, but it's very drunk.
Oh yeah, he said he mixed. It was like they tried to make a drink that tasted exactly like Dr Pepper.
and they had to go through all these
It's a
combinations.
bartender's root beer.
Yeah.
But I
Bartender's
forget
root beer
I
tastes
forget
like
what
Sapo
drink it was
beer.
called and what it was comprised of.
I don't know. I can make you guys bartenders.
You have to
root
look
beers.
it up. It's on his special, so
Yeah.
it's really
Those are
funny the way he talks about it. It's like a guy was just sitting in his basement, his kids and wife are upstairs. He's just making random drinks.
Cool.
Don't try to do Hannibal. I was gonna say
No, I'm
like,
not trying to do Hannibal,
No, nobody.
yeah.
I don't think anybody can do a Hannibal Buress
I don't know who Hannibal
Not
Buress
even
is.
Hannibal
Rap,
Buress.
rap.
because he's got a very distinct style.
He's so funny. Like because I saw him when he came to Edmonton.
Yeah.
He was really good.
I
Cool.
don't think I've ever seen live comedy. That was like
It's
actual
hard
professional.
because it's like I want to remember it, but I can't remember all of it. Like,
Yeah.
And you'll never hear it again. Like that's the thing.
I don't know,
Well, I
you
mean,
can-
sometimes they do multiple shows at the
Yeah,
same
they do
kind
just
of
for
thing.
laughs here, not infrequently. It's like once a year-ish, because they
My-
usually do.
If it's
yearly
comics
thing.
that I care about, I'll
go
go see it. But it's usually
before.
comics
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. It's like,
Yeah.
do I want to see a comic performance by the dad from That's So Raven? Not really. He's here this year. Yeah.
Is
He
he,
was
did
here,
he
yeah.
bring Raven? Because I'll go if he brought
Some
Raven.
girl on my Facebook was
Is
like,
that
"Oh my
so?
god, I met this guy," and I was like, "You fucking
Chill.
He's not on the next podcast anymore.
Whatever.
"Okay, cool."
Yeah, we should end. It's been very long.
1 week since you looked at me.
It's taken too
long.
Liam Neeson.